What is up, guys? The Jedi here, and today we're going to be looking at some Pirates Progress, the Pittsburgh Pirates. So let's actually get with that now. I will also slide in some 76ers and also get ready for Week 1 matchup versus the Cowboys and the Eagles. What else? September is actually tomorrow. It's the last day of the month of August. So, let's go here. Okay. So the Pirates lost yesterday versus the Boston Red Sox. Let's look at their standings. As you can see, they're in 5th place still. Nothing usual. Just waiting for this thing to load. And yes, the Pirates are unable to complete the sweep of the Red Sox. Like I said, usual. Like I said, usual. The Pirates, they're not, fighting for anything really. They're just playing just to play. But in addition, the Cardinals could be in effect here. If the Cardinals keep losing games, Pirates could eventually jump in 4th place and to potentially go in take 4th place and put the Cardinals down in 5th. So they can get out of that 5th place slump. They're always in 5th place, as usual. The Rockies, meanwhile, I did say I was going to give an update on the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Rockies, and just let you know, let's actually see. Actually, let's look at the Phillies first. Alright, so the Phillies have the Braves today. But they got swept by the Mets. They have the Mets again in Philadelphia. So this should be a clean sweep by the Phillies versus the Mets in Philadelphia. Other than that, I think the only team that might be a threat to them right now is the Dodgers. Other than that, yeah, that's kind of it. Dodgers and the Mets, but I doubt that the Mets are going to be a big threat in Philly. So the Dodgers might be a good contendant for them before the playoffs. But to your Philly fans, how confident are the Phillies in the playoffs? Like, how confident are you Philly fans about the Phillies in the playoffs? They're 42-20. I said 42. They're 45-22 at home, and they're 34-35 away. They got their pitcher back, Joyce Alvarado, the pitcher that was suspended. But he's back. But in addition, you might run into the Mets again in the playoffs. So how does that work? The Brewers, the Dodgers, you might see the Padres again in the playoffs, but you might also see the Diamondbacks in the playoffs. So how do you go along of what the Phillies are about in the playoffs? Like, are you going to either, well, as a matter of fact, let's look at the games again. You got the Braves today, but you also got the Brewers as well. I should have mentioned that a little bit ago. So they got the Brewers, they got the Mets, and they got the Kansas City Royals, I think might be a good one as well, and the Dodgers. So you got a couple teams that could give you guys some struggles, but everything looks easy from here on out for the Phillies. Now to go back to the standings, let's actually look at the American League. And the Royals actually are looking pretty decent. Well, they just need to win a little bit of games, but they're 37 and 32 at home. They're 33 and 35 away. Tigers are looking pretty good as well. But they will not play the Phillies in the playoffs. They might, but you got the Cubs that's looking pretty sharp. Pirates not looking pretty sharp. The only thing the Pirates are fighting for is a spot for a fourth place or something like that, or for third place or something like that. They're sick and tired of being in fifth place. You know what I mean, Pirates fans, fifth place. But yeah, to be honest, I don't know why I just played with this here. Yeah, I don't know why I'm playing with this here. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Pirates, they won the series versus the Red Sox. They will not play them again. They might play them again. Let me just scroll down here. They got the Reds again. They just had to split the series with them sometime this month, a few weeks ago. They got the Athletics. They got the Cubs. They got the Washington Nationals in Washington, D.C. They got the Oilers. They're also in the same vote as the Pirates. They also got the Dodgers on a Tuesday, September 2nd at 6:40 p.m. And to actually give you guys my honest opinion on how I feel about the Pirates, Pirates, they actually have been more vigilant in what they're about. Meaning they've been like taking down teams in the most random way. Like for instance, they swept the Rockies. Well, everybody kind of saw that coming, obviously. But they're going toe to toe with their division opponents, like what they're supposed to do. They're beating teams like the Red Sox, teams that are better than them. And they swept the San Francisco Giants not too long ago. Yeah, they swept the San Francisco Giants not too long ago in their home turf. Or no, did they? Oh, no. They swept them away in San Francisco. So they swept them away in San Francisco, but then they've lost to the San Francisco Giants in their home turf after they won against the Rockies. So, and then they took care of the Diamondbacks. They also took care of the Diamondbacks away in their home turf. They swept the Tigers at home, and basically they're just sweeping teams in their home turf. Well, the sweeping teams, finding a way to sweeping teams in general, and they're just sweeping teams with no business at all. Like, with no business in doing so, they're just sweeping teams. What else has happened? But actually, on top of that, they swept the Mets. They actually shocked the Mets and the Cardinals, their division opponent, by not allowing them to get any points. But, I mean, if you look up here, they swept the Phillies. This was their first team they swept, was the Phillies. But we already know how that went. They've had a struggle with the Phillies, and then they've came out with revenge. This will always be in my favorites. And I've also explained the philosophy of this in the other videos this year. So go check it out. Well, actually, no. I during the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh series, I kind of explained a little bit about the philosophy of what happened here. Phillies splashed dirt on the Pirates. Pirates came back and did the same to them with a sweep. So yeah, it was very interesting. So honestly, as a Pirates fan, I actually enjoy watching the Pirates this year. This has actually been something for the Pirates. Now, going back to their standings. The Cardinals, they're 68 and 70. Let's actually check their schedule. Okay. Had a belch there, sorry. And excuse me. They lost to the Reds today, so that's good by the Reds that they beat the Cardinals. They got the Athletics. They got the Giants. They got that stupid Seattle team. I really think this Seattle team is stupid. They got the Brewers, a division opponent, and they got the Reds again, and then they got the Brewers again, and they got the Giants again, the San Francisco Giants, not the New York Giants, and they got the Cubs for the last game of the series. So if the Cardinals lose 9 more of these games, then they could potentially allow the Pirates to slump into 4th place. And the Pirates actually kind of dealt with the Cardinals this year, so this should be some sort of tight route to get into 4th place if the Pirates play their cards directly and in the correct order. They have, like I said, they have the Dodgers, they have the Brewers, they have the Oilers, the Washington, D.C. Nationals, they have the Cubs, a division opponent, they have the Athletics, the Oakland Athletics. Waiting for this to load. They got the Reds, and they got the Brewers. So, not an easy stretch for the Pirates, especially when you got this LA team that's superior than you, and you got the Brewers that are on top of their game again in the division. They're always on top. They've been on top for about 3.5 years now. Make this the 4th time. And to prove that, they were yep, they're in first place in 24. How about 23? They were in first place in 23. How about dude? Oh my goodness, great, the thing's acting up. But looking at the what's the name's schedule, the Miami Mariners. I don't know why this thing's not working. I want to check 22. Please give me 22. I just want to check 22. Alright, well, the Braves did not make the playoffs. The St. Louis Cardinals did. But the Braves have also, again, have been in the playoffs. This will be the 3rd time in first place back-to-back. Pirates have never taken first place. They never took in first place in their division. So, going back to what we were talking about, this is a nice win. But in addition, this is not an easy stretch for the Pirates to, yeah. And again, they weren't also to, they were unsuccessful to complete a sweep of the Red Sox. Lose on an inside the park home run. I'm guessing they did not. I'm assuming a home run went the wrong way to a foul ball in the ballpark. I've never been to a Boston Red Sox ballpark game. I've been to a Phillies ballpark game and the Pirates. I went to go see them both in each other's stadiums. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, just by looking at these games, yeah, they're just going. It's not an easy stretch for them. Not an easy stretch. Now, actually, let's actually check on the flipping Dodgers. Let's see their win streak. Yeah, let's check on the Dodgers. Alright, so the Dodgers are winning. They've lost to the Diamondbacks, their division opponent. They actually lost to Pittsburgh a while back, so we gotta see the outcome of the philosophy outcome of this matchup, which is on a Tuesday, September 2nd. But yeah, they're winning right now. They're in the top fourth ending. Stretching. Right now I'm just waiting for this. Oh wait, hold on for a second. Let's see. What did I want to go to? Oh, the Rockies. Let's check the Rockies. After getting swept by the Pirates. They're losing to the Cubs. Oh no, they're winning against the Cubs. But they lost against the Cubs twice. I think I've seen enough from these Rockies. The fastest team to lose 100 points. 100 wins. Losses, I should say. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. They're 17-51 away, and they're 21-47 at home. But in the addition, you lost 100 games. Almost 100 games at home. The fastest team ever to lose 100 games. I thought the Pirates were even more miserable than any other team in the universe, but the Pirates, they're just making things happen. They're just making things happen. But enough said about the Pirates. They're 2-5. Well, they lost 5-2 in Boston today. They'll be back in Pittsburgh. I'm going to assume. Well, they're probably heading back to Pittsburgh today to get ready for this matchup on Tuesday. So, enough for the Pirates right now. I want to do some 76ers. So let's go to the 76ers, talk about the 76ers, and what am I expecting for the upcoming basketball season. Philadelphia 76ers are trading Paul George to the Los Angeles Clippers. Is this really true? Let's see. Wait, what am I doing? So let's see if they traded Paul George. Okay, so there has been no confirmed trade of Paul George by the Philadelphia 76ers. So somebody, okay. I mean, I kind of want him to get traded. So let's look at the 76ers preseason schedule. Let's talk about that. And this is short. Actually, no, it's not. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, no, it's not. Alright, so, let's actually dive into this preseason. Last time it was 3. I thought they was going to have 3 preseasons, 3 preseason games, but the 76ers and the Magic. Let's talk about 76ers preseason real quick. So they got 4 preseason games. They have the Knicks for both games, but here's the takeaway. It's not going to be in the U.S. It's going to be in a different country. Let me actually view the country that they're playing in. They're playing in this arena. Let's click on this arena so it can give us where it is of the location. And it is in, how do I say this? It's Dabai. It's in Dabai. A bit Dabai. I think that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But to go back and and it's pretty hot there. So okay, the weather must be random over there. But to talk about the 76ers, let's dive into their season. Starting with the preseason. I'll talk about regular season probably another time. But 76ers, they've lost for the Knicks. And my thing is glitching. Okay, here we go. The 76ers, they've lost to the Knicks in the playoffs not too long ago. Which was 2 seasons ago. They did not make the playoffs last season. So, what am I expecting this season for the 76ers? Well, I am not expecting Embiid or Paul George to play. I am expecting Maxey to come back electric as ever as he once was before. He probably won't play in these 2 preseason games against the Knicks, but I am expecting him to make an appearance in one of these games between the Timberwolves and the Magic. I'm expecting the 76ers to at least... Oh, wait, actually, matter of fact, I guess we'll just talk about the regular season now. They got the Celtics October 22nd. And October 22nd is a Wednesday. They're always playing on a Wednesday. But this time, when they played the Celtics, it's not in Philadelphia. It's in Boston. But I'm not really too convinced that they might lose against... Well, matter of fact, they might lose against Boston. Boston Celtics, they still got their parts. And then they're at home versus the Hornets. And then the Magic. And then they got the Wizards game 4. So the group stage. The group stage starts on the October 31st for the Sixers and Celtics. And they have the Nets, the Magic, the Pistons, and the Celtics in their group. The NBA Cup group stage, I should say. They are not playing on Christmas. I wish they can do that. They also have the Bulls after Christmas on December 26th of this year. So, they got the Warriors. Is this the first matchup? This is the first matchup. I don't think they never played the Warriors first. But, to go down, keep going down to their ender of the regular season, it will be April 12th, 2026. And the game's at 6 p.m. The last game's at 6 p.m. against the Bucks. So the Sixers, they got the Bucks. They got the Bucks. They got the Bucks. The last game of the season. And they got the Pacers. So two teams that we Sixer fans hate the most. We got them at the end of the season for the two final games. I was fine against the Bulls, but now the Sixers, this all depends now on what the 76ers, and some of these games are at 8. So you probably already know that the 76ers are probably going to be playing on prime time in half of these games. Majority of these games, actually. So the 76ers are actually in for it this season, depending on how things turn out. Okay, so that game is the first seed. Yeah, okay. Alright, so the Warriors and the 76ers, February 3rd, will be the second game between the Warriors and 76ers. And of course, it's going to start at 10. Blah, 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 blah. Scrolling up. Alright, so the 76ers. Alright, so for these 10 games, the 76ers will probably go 5-5 in these 10 games. No, actually, I'm lying. 12. So they'll probably go 6-6 in these 12 games from October 22nd to wait, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 games. So yeah, I'm giving them to go 6-6 in 12 games. 6-6 in 12 games, starting from October 22nd to November 14th. So I'm expecting the 76ers to at least go 6-6. If they go, I don't know, 1-11, then they're done. Well, yeah, they're done. If they go 1-11 in 12 games. So, that's actually a good challenge right there. But I like how they're away out of the U.S. for these two games, and then they got the Magic and the Timberwolves. I'm actually thinking about going to one of these games, especially the one versus the Timberwolves. But I think I might actually talk to one of my relatives about going to a Magic game on the 10th, since this was revealed. I don't know when this was revealed, but it's here now. Because like I said, when I checked this out the last time, it was the Sixers, Nets, and then you got the Timberwolves. So it was only 3 games, so that's why I thought it was 3. But now since there's 4, maybe 5, depending on, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm expecting them to go 6-6 in 12 games. If they go 1-11, 12 games, then they're absolutely screwed for the remainder of the season, if that actually happens. So let's cross our fingers that doesn't hope to happen. Let's hope that they go 6-6 in 12 games when this season comes. And what else did I want to talk about? What else do I want to talk about? Oh, wait. Did I want to talk about the Eagles? Matter of fact, yeah, let's go with the Eagles. Cowboys. History. Alright, so trying to think of what my next video is going to be after I'm done with this. Alright, so the Cowboys. Eagles and Cowboys yet again. Eagles got their sweep. That was on everyone's wish list. I should say Christmas list. Especially my list. Wish list, I should say. But they finally did it. The Eagles swept the Cowboys. Can they do it again for the second time of this year? Can they sweep them? But like I said, the Eagles have to get that win against the Cowboys week 1 to be on the driver's seat. But we'll see what happens when that time comes, which is in 4 days. Can't wait for that opener to happen. And you're going to ask, will I be in South Philadelphia? Actually, honestly, I might actually go to a relative's house and probably watch the game over there or something. Because I do got some relatives in the south side of Philadelphia. So I might go over there and probably watch the game or something. But I am more likely to do that. So I'm going to say I'm likely to be doing anything on that particular day. But I'm not going to the game, though. I am not going to the game when they play the Cowboys. I would like to, but I don't. Well, I'm just not going, actually. But you should look down here. The last time the Eagles were on a big monster win streak against the Cowboys was from 2000 to 2002, and then they kept the heat on them throughout the 2000s. They actually swept them in 2006, and then they did it again in 2011, and they just haven't been able to sweep them since. Blah 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 blah. Well, these are. Well, get that out of here. Blah 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 blah. Let's actually look at the Eagles at home against the Cowboys. Okie dokie. They've also played 132 times. Excuse me. So the Eagles are 5-1 versus the Dallas Cowboys in their home turf since 2019. The last time the Cowboys won in Philly was 2022 with a severe blowout, 51-26. This was like the last game of the season, and it didn't really matter. So let's actually see if they can win against the Cowboys week 1. Hopefully they can win, because I don't like Dallas either. I mean, they're an okay team. They're just not a team that you would like for them to win at most times. But the last time the Eagles were on a good win streak at home was 1999 to 04. Blah, 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 blah. And then they're trying to go up 4 wins in their home turf. They actually lead it 33 to 31 versus Dallas. So let's go to Dallas and see the win percentage with the Eagles. And as you can expect, Eagles won their very first game, which was last year, since 2017. Can they do it again this year when they play Dallas in Dallas? They won a 6 losing streak. The last time they actually won double was 2013 to 2015. This thing keeps popping up. Well, 2010 to 2011, but the last time they won a 3 win streak was 2013 to 2015. So last time they were on a 4 win streak was from 88 to 91. But they don't really win in Dallas like this, so I'm not really expecting them to win in Dallas. They might actually just split like they usually would do. So, but yeah, let's actually see how things go this year when they go play the Cowboys in Dallas. But on top of that, the Cowboys lead 43 to 25, so I'm really not expecting the Eagles to do much when they go to Dallas. They'll probably just split with the Cowboys as they usually just would do. They like to split with the Cowboys for some reason, but I actually want them to sweep the Cowboys. So if they just give me a favor again and to sweep the Cowboys, then you get an A+. You get an A+ from a good Steelers fan, and that's a 60% Eagles fan. Other than that, that's kind of it. Oh, the Giants. They do got the Giants, but we'll look at the Giants later during the season. But the Cowboys and Eagles. September 4th in Philadelphia. Of course I will see the game. It's the first game of the season. But not really expecting much from the Eagles. I mean, I'm expecting them to go back to doing what they do best, brutalizing teams. So, yeah, I'm not really worrying about them. Steelers, we'll talk Steelers football another time. Yeah, we'll talk Steelers football another time. I think this video has gone on long enough a little bit, even though I like to do longer videos. But as your host, the Jedi is out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.